Alright gang, welcome back to our investment challenge here on Riverview. It is March, which is not what you would probably expect, and that's based solely on the fact that in February, once again, the tsunami had continued, and there was very little for us to do. I normally do not skip months at all in any series, except for maybe towards the end of a series when you're just trying to complete something. But given the situation at hand here, the snow just kept continuing to pile on, and there really wasn't anything for us to do. There was 2 contracts out, contracts we didn't really want to do given the snow factor. So I decided to just go ahead and skip to March. I don't think anybody's really going to complain too much about that, at least I hope not. So first thing we're going to do here is try to get rid of some of these pallets out of the area that they're in currently, because it is out of room to spawn more pallets, and we wanted to continue to spawn pallets if at all possible, because that's our moneymaker, right? Now, it is March, and still snow on the ground, as you can tell, and I think I've made a couple of decisions here about the way we're going to go. So if you recall in the last episode, we purchased some more, well, not the last episode, I guess the episode before that, we purchased some more fields, or more yards that we had to buy, right? And with those yards came a lot of buildings. We sold a lot of those already, and we said we might be making some modifications to this area here. And I've thought about it for a while, and I've decided that we are going to do that. Long story short, we're going to make the field behind us where the pigs were, if you recall that, which I'll show it to you here in just a second. The one that's very close to this area. We're going to make that our main yard field, or main yard area, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to move most of the equipment and everything else down there. Probably move the house as well, I think. We'll see. This production is not going to move, I can tell you that. Everything else is probably going to move down there. Mostly because for that production, we're going to be using it heavily for the sheep and the goats here, right? So we kind of want to keep that close by. The rest of the animals, we're not really going to be utilizing any kind of production out of them, with the exception of maybe the cows. But we're far off before we get the cows, right? So we're not buying that anytime soon. So how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well. Things are good here. Whoop, that went well. Let's see if I can flip this up here. Seems that a lot of people have been very interested, or at least so far have enjoyed, here we go, the 1 tile challenge that I came up with, and for whatever reason you have yet to watch that, go check it out. It's on Farmlands. Everybody's very familiar with that map. I think it's going to be a big hit, man. So far, there's a couple people that have taken up the challenge. I know Resty Money Gaming took it up. Oh, there we go. Finally, the snow has all melted, so that's good. That's going to help us out, too. I think Sheriff, who's one of my members, has decided he's going to take it up as well. I'm not sure if he's doing a video yet or not. I'll have to look and see if he is. And I think I saw a couple other people also saying they were going to potentially take it up, so that's exciting. We're nearly finished with the Triple Threat Challenge as well, which is good. In this series, we're really just kind of starting to get our feet wet, getting our legs on this series, I guess is what I should say. Because we now have enough room to start putting down some more animals, right? It's just going to be a requirement of us to be able to buy some more fields here. And I kind of had an idea in regard to fields, speaking of fields. So our grass field that we currently have, I think I'm going to sell it. There's some reasons I'm going to sell it. I will tell you that here in just a second. But I believe we're going to sell that field today. And kind of do something a little bit different. One, we're going to buy a new field, but we're also going to utilize some of this space in this area here and in all the different areas that we just purchased. We're going to utilize some of that space to create our own fields, which I think will help better our ability to continue on this series by just making some upgrades, right? Utilizing some of our own land that's just kind of sitting there being wasted space. Once we get rid of some of the buildings that are on here that we're not going to be utilizing, we're going to move over We'll have some space here. We could probably put a small field over there as well, which would probably be good, right? Having maybe a small grass field here on this land that we can utilize, you know, for the sheep and the goats. We'll probably need another one. It's probably not going to be big enough, but at least be, you know, something that we have over here that can help. We'll probably turn a big chunk of our land, if you're looking at the map right now, directly to the south of us, 50 right there. We're probably going to turn a big chunk of that into a field, and it's probably going to be a grass field, I think. Because the field we're going to buy, I believe, is what we're going to utilize moving forward as like a cereal crop field for, you know, the chickens or the pigs or whatever it is we're deciding to do. Now, the pigs are going to be something we're going to have to figure out how we're going to feed them. They are going to need a lot of things to get going. Well, that went well. And this tree's just right in your vision there, isn't it? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Well, that went well. Well, at least we righted ourselves. That went well. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay, here we go. That's better. Alright, we got all the pallets out now so it can continue to spawn. It was triggering, when I flipped to March, it was triggering saying there was not enough space to spawn any more pallets, so. Now it is March. Close are going to be coming up here soon. I think it's May. We've gone over that a number of times, I think, but pretty sure close is May. So when we're going to make a good amount of money when May comes around, which is good. It's going to be useful. We're going to need it. Why is it not accepting the wool? Are we full? Can it not hold any more wool? I thought this thing could hold a ton of wool. Perhaps we're full. No, it can hold like 1 million wool. All right. I don't know what the problem was. Anyway, it's in there now. Okay. So let's go ahead and pull off to the side here. I think that pallet's up in the middle of the air. I think because of, well, they're both kind of up in the middle of the air, but this one's a little bit more extravagant. I think the reason why they're up in the air is because of the snow, and it just hasn't reset for whatever reason, which is kind of funny. Okay, so here's what we're going to do, gang. So I've thought about this for a long, long time. So we're going to sell this shed here. We're going to sell this. For now, I'm going to leave the house here, but I am thinking we're going to move the house. Whether it's in the same area here or if it's down here, we are going to move it. We're going to sell this here, which is our silage silo. We're going to sell that, and we'll sell this too because it's almost empty. I'm just going to sell it and just get rid of it. Now, the reason why we're doing all this is because I want to move everything down here. Now, I fully understand that I'm going to lose a little bit of money in this process of doing this, but I do think for the future, for the longevity here of the series, I think it's better for us to be down here. There's more room. We already have a silo down here, right? We've got some sheds and everything. So I think it's better. So let's go ahead and just get started with that right off the bat here. I'm just going to go ahead and sell this stuff. And we want to sell this. I'm actually going to sell this too. We'll get another one. I guess it won't let me. Maybe I have to drive it somewhere and sell it. I don't know. Okay, so that puts us at $353,279. We're also going to sell that field over there like I talked about. And our goal is to buy either this field or this field. It's probably going to be this field. I think this field's slightly smaller than this one, so it's a little bit cheaper. And we don't have a ton of money. We're going to sell this shed too. I decided I don't need all of those. We're just going to keep these two over here in this area. What I'm planning to do is we're going to add some of those buildings we just got rid of down here, obviously into our yard area. But what we're going to do is kind of turn, imagine if I just take an invisible line here and I run it this way and go up this way. This whole section back in here is all going to be a field. It's going to be a relatively large-sized field. Will it be as big as the field that we're selling? No, but it'll be pretty close. And if you factor that in with maybe turning this whole section here into a grass field like I've talked about, I think we're going to be in a better spot. We might also consider moving this as well. It will mean we have to move the sheep and everything out of there, but that's, again, not a big deal. But if we move that and we can maybe expand the area a little bit bigger, they'll have a little bit more land that they can chew on, meadow grass, if you will, right? And that will definitely help us as well with being able to make sure that they continue to stay fed, because as you recall, that specific animal and pen enclosure holds 2,000 heads of animal. It's going to be a lot, man, once it gets to 2,000. Once they get to that point, it's going to be a lot. So a lot of basic modifications, I think, is what we're really going to be focusing on today. So without further ado, we've got rid of those. So let's go ahead and sell this field. Gets us to 537,597. There's one other building I forgot to sell that we're going to sell that I thought about. I don't think we're going to need this anymore. This is also a grass field right now. We might actually come up here and plow it and turn it into one of our legitimate grass fields. So that's what I'm saying. There's going to be plenty of grass. I'm not too concerned about getting rid of that field. But we'll see, right? We'll see what we decide to do with this one. This one's going to be probably an afterthought for a little while. But let's sell this. We don't need that either. So that gives us $542,275. Now, that's a lot of money. These two fields I want to purchase are very expensive. As you can see, we're actually $2,000 under what we really need for this field. Almost $3,000 under what we need for that field. This one, however, is $472. Won't leave us with a ton of money, but we will have some money, and as you can see, that is much closer to our main hub or our main operation. So it's less of me having to drive all the way down here and all the way over here to do this, when I can just drive right up the outside of our area, and there we are. We're right there, right? So I think that's what we're going to do, is we're going to buy this field. Now, I think right now it's canola, I think. Yeah, it's canola. So I don't know how the field is. I don't know what it's looking like. 97% yield bonus, so that's good, right? We're going to get a lot back for it. It's a relatively large field. Like really, really large field, honestly. I think we have... I'm not sure, actually. I was going to say, I think we've done a contract on this field before, but I could be incorrect on that statement. I don't know. In any case, we're going to buy it, so let's go ahead and buy it right now. It's now ours. We have $69,000 to our name, which is not a ton of money, but it should be enough for us to be able to start working on some of the things that I just talked about with you, right? Turning this section into another field, and just kind of getting everything prepped and ready to go. So we need to start taking all of this equipment, for the most part, from here down to here and start getting everything set up properly. One other thing I think I'm going to do, the more that I sell it, the more I think I want to get rid of it. I like these two sheds here, but I don't like this shed being where it is. I kind of want to have an open area to go this way if we want to. Have different, ways to get in and out. Because right now it's just kind of blocking this whole section off. For now, I'm going to leave it, I think. But there's a high probability that I might get rid of this between now and the next episode or a future episode. So I just want to make sure that I'm clear about that with all of you, that I plan to more than likely move this out of the way here soon. So, all of that said, that's a lot of me spewing all kinds of stuff to you. Let's try to get things set up here as best we can. And by set up, I mean move things over there. It's going to take me a while to do this. I thought about maybe potentially just doing a... I'm going to drop this off here in the front. I don't really think I need to take this down there with me. Oh, I can sell that too. Forgot about that. Let's drop that off there. Let me go sell this. It's not going to be a ton of money, but let's go sell it too. Just get it out of the way. Alright, so that's done. I'm going to take the plow with us down there as well. We'll have to make a bunch of trips here. I thought about maybe potentially putting this into a time-lapse, but I really don't think I will. Let me go ahead and drive this over there first with you so you can see where we're going. It's really not far. We're just going right around the corner. But then after that point, I'll just do a bit of a jump cut, I think, and get the rest of the equipment over there. So we just got to hang a left here. We're going to go up here past the grape processing plant here. Right there. And up here around this corner, there should be a little bit of an inlet for us to go. Down to what is going to be our new yard, our new area. It should be here. We hang a left, and then we just go straight. If you recall, a long time ago, we did a contract over there. We're knocking down some trees. They're still up there. We haven't got rid of those or pulled them out of there yet, so that's something else we could potentially do. I love this entrance down here to this field. I really like it a lot. This technically isn't even our own land. We don't begin to be our land until right about now. And there we are. We're here. Now, we're not going to put any pigs in for a while. I think I might have mentioned that in the last episode, but I'm just going to reiterate it. We're not going to have pigs going for a while here. We need to get some of the food required, some of the crops, I guess I should say, required, going, have them in storage so we can turn it into the pig food that we require. All right, so that's that. Where the plow? I'm not really sure where I'm going to put the plow at. I guess I'll put it over here by the tree for now, till we figure something else out for it. We don't own that much equipment. We've been utilizing a lot of the leasing, right, in this series because that is allowed, which normally, in not even almost, every other series that I do, I never allow leasing unless you're leasing for a contract specifically only. In other words, I don't allow leasing for working your own fields that you own. But in this series, it's allowed, and it makes sense because there's no way for you to progress early on in this series if you weren't able to do that. So, let me get all this stuff down here. I'm going to get it all put away in the new area that's going to be our new yard. And, yeah, we'll see where we're at from there and figure out what we're going to do. Hopefully there's a contract or two out there for us today, and we'll start working on making some fields there on the land that we currently own, like I talked about, right? We'll start working towards that next. Okay, we are pulling back up here. I've got everything moved over here, and clearly I've bought a new piece of equipment here. It's something we're all very familiar with, the Lizard 6M plow. Going to be very useful. I went ahead and purchased this one outright. I could have probably leased it, but I decided to purchase it outright, so it was a little bit less money than what we had before I started moving everything over. Now, trying to figure out exactly how I want to set this up. So, some of these trees are certainly in the way, but I think we can just kind of make it an awkward shaped field, considering this is more than likely just going to be a grass field. And I also do want to call it out, and I'll try to call it out in the one tile challenge, but a subscriber mentioned to me that the plow itself can fold up, and I just overlooked it completely. I didn't even realize that it could do that. So thank you to that individual, and I apologize. I'm not sure what the name on it was, but hopefully during the one tile challenge, I'll remember to pull your name up before I start doing the recording and see if I can give you the credit you deserve for reminding me of that. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started here, as obviously we've already begun. I'm trying to outline a bit of a field here. It's just going to be a grass field, so really shouldn't be too big of a deal if we get close to certain buildings and stuff, because we certainly do not have to mow it. But having most of this area all grass until we decide, if we're going to, expand or do anything else with it, I think is a good thing. It's going to give us a lot of yield, and we'll be able to make a lot of grass with it, which is also going to be good, right? Because we can utilize that to take it over to the sheep and the goats, among other things, right? We can make silage and everything else out of it as well. Now, we're going to be kind of breaking all this up into chunks. Today, our focus is going to be getting this field kind of set up. We got everything moved already. Then we're going to have to kind of, work as we continue to work out as we go, right? So we'll get this thing drilled with some seed for some grass relatively soon, more than likely in the next episode. And then from there, we can kind of branch out and start working on the area where all the sheep and the goats are. And then from there, go over to where we put our chickens at and kind of work on that field as well. Now, that field up there, I kind of said maybe we turn it into a grass field, but the way that I'm seeing here, the way I'm seeing, it's not even correct English there, see? The way that this is going and what I'm seeing so far, I think this field's going to be plenty big enough, at least for the foreseeable future, for the goats and the actual sheep themselves. They are going to get to a point where this probably isn't going to be enough, but at the current state, this should be plenty for them. So due to that reason, I think I'll make that other field something else, probably just, like a wheat or something like that, just for the chickens, since they're right there. I think it's smarter to try to, as we branch out, move to a point where whatever that animal is, have whatever we're utilizing for that animal, whatever kind of food or feed they require, be near them, so that way we don't have to travel so much back and forth to accomplish the goal. Now, you might be saying, well, this is going to be pigs, so what's the grass really going to do a whole lot? Well, not to an extent. I mean, it will a little bit, but eventually this might not be that, right? But the main point I'm trying to make, we'll do a quick autosave here, is that even though the pigs are going to be here and we're going to have grass here that we're going to utilize to mow, this field is much closer than it was for us to drive from here all the way here to mow the grass, come all the way back, right? So we are still close for the pigs, as long as we have something close by, and that field is massive, so it should be more than sufficient to be able to accomplish the goal of what we're trying to do here with the pigs. So, not as concerned. I guess I can turn those beacons off. Now, we've got this big tree kind of here in the way. I'm just going to go around it. Now, I don't know, it would probably cost an outrageous amount, but I had an idea of maybe potentially in the future, once we got a little bit more money coming in, maybe we kind of, I don't know, smash through this area. We'll have to get rid of all these trees. I had to buy this land, I guess, get rid of all these trees, but maybe if we level this out and kind of make a bit of a tunnel, I guess, over to here, that would be pretty beneficial, I think. We could get easy access between the two fields that way then. So maybe in the future we'll do that as well. If it lets me do it. The actual game itself, the map itself, may not even allow me to do that, but it's an idea that popped in my head as I was carrying this stuff back and forth, and it would be very expensive to do it, but you never know, right? You never know. We'll see how things get along, and if it makes sense and we have the money to do so, we might do it. Alright, so let's get this field done and get it all prepped and ready to go. We're not going to be able to drill anything in it today. The only thing really that can be done today are I think, peas and cotton, things like that. Grass can be put in today, actually, so I guess we are technically okay. At least I think grass can put in today. There are some periods of time on that you can't do grass. I don't remember when that is. Right now we can do spinach, sugar beets, sugar cane, sunflowers, poplar, peas, oilseed radish, olives. Grass can be done. Yep, grass cannot be done in December, January, and February. So when we were having the snow-nami, it cannot be done. Okay, so we're good then. Never mind. You can ignore everything I just said. We are able to go ahead and put grass in here today if we wanted to. We'll see what time it is as far as the actual OBS recording of where we're at. May or may not drill it today. All right, the field's done. We're going to do a little bit of touch-up work here with some paint here, gang. Rain's in the forecast. It's coming here any minute. I'm just going to put this back here for now. That'll work. Well, let's do a little bit of touch-up work here if we can. Let's see. We want the paint here, and this is more of a gravel-like texture, right? I don't know which gravel texture it is, though. This one, maybe? Yeah, it's this one. Okay. So we're just going to kind of come along here and try to make this look a little bit better, since this is an area that we're going to be driving on often. We want it to look relatively good. Perhaps I shouldn't have put the plow away. This is kind of sticking out here a little bit more, isn't it? Do we just kind of go up to that then instead? Yeah, let's do that. Just don't go too fast, Z. We don't want to mess it up here, bud. Perfect. And then we need to do the same thing over here. There's some grass there for whatever reason. I'm not sure why, but that's fine, I guess. Probably should go around the outside and put some grass like that to make it look even a little bit more realistic, right? Because there would be some grass on the outside edges of this. Alright, that's pretty good. It's a lot larger of a field than it seems like once you get back up this way, right? I mean, that's pretty big, man. That might be, I don't know. It might be 1/3 of that field, or around that at least. It's relatively large. It should be enough for now. Now, ideally, we get rid of these trees here, and we can kind of, you know, wrap this around this way, maybe these trees as well, and make this a little bit bigger of a field. But yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm good. I'm good with it. So, we're going to leave the episode at that point, gang. I hope you enjoyed it. We've got a new direction, a new path forward here. Things are good. We need to pay $5,000 off on the loan like we always do. Although I think the last episode we didn't do it, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and pay $5 now. We're going to continue our progress here, gang. We are making really good progress. This is going to set us up better for the future. Can't wait to see where it goes next. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe if you're new, all that good stuff. Thanks to my members. Links in the description if you want to become a member. I'll see you in the next episode.